This is what we're going to be working on today. See how much we get done. Might be a couple of video process, so I'll see how everything goes. The material is pretty strong, as you can see there. All the clips are on, nothing is broke. It does take a little bit of force. As long as you're keeping that forward pressure and pulling up, shouldn't have any problems. Okay, so you can set that aside. Alright guys, we're going to move on to the front here again. There is a clip, so you're going to want to pull this housing the shift boot up. There is a clip on the bottom of the shifter knob that you're going to just rotate to the left. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. At that point, you'll be able to pull the shifter knob straight up. Well, it should in theory be that easy. Alright, you can see there, it does take a bit of force, but it has removed, there is the little clip on the bottom of the boot that rotates to lock it in place. So we can set that aside now as well. This piece we can lift up. I'm just going to sit it over on the side here. Again, you can place a towel to protect any other surfaces from getting scratched. Now this wood piece does have to be removed as well. You're going to push back your ashtray cover. At that point, this just pulls straight up as well. Now you do want to be careful not to put too much stress in one spot of this. This is wood, so you don't want to crack the finish on the top. But if you keep even pressure along it, it will come off. Again, nice strong clips on here, so don't be afraid of breaking any clips. It's just you don't want to crack that wood. So again, once that is removed, we can take that out and set that aside as well. So now that that's all removed, it has given us access to the last T20 torque screw, for the control knob. And there it is there. Now I do always recommend when working on anything to always put the screws and bolts in a bag, label them so you know where they go back together. But where this is only a couple screws, pretty straightforward. Just make sure you put them somewhere you're not going to lose them. I'm going to put mine in the cup holder. Alright guys, so we removed that last T20 torque screw. At that point, put this back in. All you do is pull it to the back, tilt up, and it removes. Now the issue is you do still have this cable. Alright guys, at this point you do have two options here. Option number one, you can cut the cable from the control knob. This will allow you to remove the control knob and then remove the cable and the connector. Going this option does require you to resolder the cable back together, so keep that in mind. Alright guys, option number two here, and this is the option that I did go with myself. So the wire harness does run up the driver's side of the center trim between the shifter housing. The wire harness has a steel clip that connects it to the center console. You can use a small flathead screwdriver. Make sure that it is not sharp on the end, and you can use this to push straight down on that clip to release it from the trim. At this point, you'll now be able to pull the control knob and wire harness out in one piece, requiring no soldering. Alright guys, just a quick heads up here before the next video clip comes up. I just want to kind of explain what's going on. I did do it slightly different. I did remove the rear ashtray in the back seat on the center trim and remove two 10mm nuts that are hidden underneath. This allowed me to raise the back of the center trim up, move the control knob harness out to the side, and gave me the ability to push it straight down, which released the clip as well. So you do have a couple options here guys. I just want to explain. I did do it slightly different in the next clip, just so you guys weren't confused. But by all means, if you use the screwdriver method and find that clip, it does work as well. And go around, pry that up just like that. You can spin it around. There's these little divots you can see there. It's a perfect spot to get the pick under and pry up. And you can see there, popped right off. Set that aside. At this point we need to remove this top cover. Just a little flathead screwdriver on this. You want to be careful you don't damage the outer ring. The pick may come in handy here as well. So you can see that is prying up there. And it seems to be just stuck on with some double-sided tape. So now by doing this, this has given us access to the torque screw, that is located on the top of this. So we're going to use the T8 Torx bit to remove this center screw. I'm going to set that aside. Now this whole center knob can come right off. We'll also set that aside. So that's the motherboard there. We can set that aside. This piece did fall out as we remove that. It slides right up through there like that. Put that back like that. And then, now we can see the culprit of this problem. There is our original shaft in two pieces as we suspect it. And now we'll be able to replace with the new aluminum one. And you can see really what the problem is here is there's the metal insert for that center screw on the top of the control. But the metal stops there, leaving a weak point from metal to plastic, and only those 4 little sections actually attaching the 2 pieces together. Alright guys, so we'll throw that away, set that over there. We'll be able to insert our new shaft. Just like that. With the new shaft in, we'll be able to put in the motherboard. You're going to want to line this up so the shaft goes up through, just like so, and place that down. You also want to make sure you feed through the wire harness, like that. And we'll insert these clips. So these will just push over and down and click. There's the other clip. Again, just insert over the shaft and push down. And we can insert these springs, the plungers. Now we need to insert these rocker arms. They just have the 2 little clips on each side, just like when you remove them. Same procedure, get them back in. Again, slight angle, get one side in, use your pick tool to pull this side apart, and then just push it down until it clicks. Just like that. Alright guys, that's all 4. Place this down, little yellow piece. Next will be this. So the 2 little divots line up with the 2 divots in the rubber piece. Slide that down. And then you can see here, that's how they go. So slide that down as well. Now we're ready to slide this top cover over. And this time she fit like a glove. Now you can take the control knob, place it down in, just like that. Take your control knob screw and your T10. And there's not much torque on that, so don't over tighten it. You don't want to strip the threads. It is just aluminum. At this point, we can secure the housing and reinsert the T10 Torx screws. Alright, now that they're all tightened up, we can reinstall these pieces. And your chrome outer ring. So they have little notches in them that line up with notches in the metal control knob. Once they're lined up, you can push down, seat that in place. And then you can take your outer trim ring and push that over as well. Now they also have little tabs cut into it. One there, as well as over there. So you're going to line that up with those same tabs that are located along the control knob. Once they're lined up, apply even pressure right around the ring until it's seated in place. Like that. Now it's time to reinstall this into the vehicle and test out your hard work.